Hey guys, I am so excited to be coming to you guys with the Healthy Indulgences portion of this Lash BU Beauty Bash. So my name is Gwen Peterson and I'm a certified health coach. And what I do is I help people get healthy through balancing their blood sugar. And so today what I'm going to be talking to, or actually let me ask you guys a question. Throw a 1 in the comments if you would say that you would like to eat healthy, but it just takes a lot of effort. How many of you are with me that eating healthy just takes some time that you don't have? Throw a 1 in the comments if that is you. And remember, every comment that you comment is going to go toward prizes. So make sure to keep commenting. So 1 in the comments if you'd love to eat healthy, it just takes some times, okay? So I decided to do a couple of treats that make it a little easier to eat healthy for your kids, for you, without a lot of ingredients. Throw a 2 in the comments if you're like me, that if any recipe has more than 4 or 5 ingredients, you're like, kill me now. No, I'm kidding. I'm just one of those people that a lot of ingredients just shut me down and it just takes so much time, right? So basically, I'm going to go through a couple things and I'm going to tilt this down so you can see my counter a little bit better here. And I'm just going to teach you some easy ways to eat healthy for you and your kids that are easy and not super expensive. So if you are doing the program that I teach, we teach balance eating every 3 hours and it's kind of a little bit different, but this is gonna help you learn how to do healthy eating out of the grocery store with some inexpensive things. So I'm gonna bring to you my first easy thing that I do. So who's ready for something easy? Throw a 3 in the comments. Oh my gosh, and look, it looks like I have highlighter on my face and I don't even, it's my ring light with orange filter. Anyway, okay. So what you're gonna find is I use a lot of dairy for protein sources. If you don't like dairy, we'll get to that in a minute because I have a couple non-dairy options as well. So I always tell people to go get the Viva low-fat cottage cheese, or really any low-fat cottage cheese, but I'm gonna teach you something. You wanna look at the label and choose the one with the lowest carbs and the highest protein. Because that will give you more protein, less carbs, and because what we're gonna do is add some carbs to it. Now, if you go the full fat cottage cheese, it's gonna have a little too much fat. So that's why I always stick with the low fat or the 2%. So here's what's great. How many of you guys like dill seasoning, right? So you take your cottage, because how many of us love to like shovel food into our mouth, like just mindless eating, right? So, hey Julia, how are you? Julia's see me do a couple of these. So anyway, you're gonna take dill seasoning, or my kids like ranch powder packets. You add it into here, stir it up, and then guess what? I have my bowl full of cucumbers and dip away. And shocker, you guys, for every half a cup serving, you are getting 13 grams of protein. That's amazing to get 13 grams of protein in a half of a cup. So I'm gonna teach you guys a little other trick. So if you ever have to take a vegetable tray somewhere and you're actually gonna cut up the vegetables instead of buying one of these pre-made ones, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. I always go get cottage cheese, not sour cream, and I will go get a ranch powder packet that only has like 1 or 2 carbs, and then put it in your blender, and now everybody's gonna think that this was sour cream, but sour cream has less protein by the way it's pasteurized than cottage cheese. Like, what the heck, right? Who would know? So I normally never buy sour cream anymore. I always buy cottage cheese and then blend it up in my blender, or like I have a little Ninja bullet blender kind of a thing, and that's what I do. But for me, I love dill seasoning over the ranch because dill doesn't have any carbs at all, but ranch has 1 or 2. So throw a 4 in the comments if you're shocked at the fact that this cottage cheese has more protein than sour cream. Who would know? You'd think they're identical. So throw a 5 in the comments if you're gonna go buy yourself some cottage cheese, some dill seasoning, and some zucchini, and start mindlessly eating the zucchini and get a whole bunch of protein in it. So that's my first easy one. When people are looking for ways to get protein in, cottage cheese for the win. And again, low fat so that you're getting lower carbs but higher protein. All right, so then here's the next super easy one. So like I mentioned, what I teach my clients is, and by the way, clients on the food, not the lashes. And by the way, you guys, I am all things not makeup. My hair is normally like this. I didn't want hair down around food, but I don't know how to do makeup at all. Seriously, it's crazy. And when I saw my friend who does amazing makeup tutorials slapping these eyelashes on, I was like, are you kidding? I could totally do that. So for me, I bought one set thinking, okay, this is witchcraft, magnets, what? And oh my gosh, look, it's wacky how amazing they are. So that's where I decided, even though I have a very large health coaching practice, lashes are just fun. So anyway, back to what we're here for. So with the health and wellness, what I teach people to do is eat 6 small balanced meals a day. Because when you eat 6 small balanced meals a day, after 4 days, all the unbalanced sugar gets out of your body. So when you sleep at night, all of your systems can reset. Your thyroid glands, your adrenal glands, your metabolism, everything fires back online again because it's not fighting a bunch of blood sugar spikes and drops throughout the day. So you go into what I call a rest and reset mode. And I tell people all the time, I can help you lose weight 100 different ways. It's all about retraining the brain because we know that sugar hits the same pleasure center as heroin and alcohol. Put a 6 in the comments if you had no idea that sugar hits the same place in the brain as heroin and alcohol, okay? So with that being said, getting the perfect diet is not going to fix this. Just like that alcoholic removing the alcohol out of their house, they're not going to get sober. They have to go to AA. And most of us sugar addicts love sugar, and we need more than just the perfect diet. So I'm going to give you guys a resource. Go download it today. This is where I start with my clients. There is a book on Audible called Never Binge Again. Don't go buy the book because you're never going to sit down and read it for 8 hours. But if you go download Never Binge Again and listen to it every time you get in the shower, fold laundry, let's be honest, it is never endless, do dishes, or when you're in the car, you will be done with that book in a week and you will have a whole different mindset of why you do what you do, where you do awesome eating healthy for like 60 to 90 days and then you stop and it's this huge pendulum with your health. So that's why you're going to keep hearing me talk about balance, because if you can balance your blood sugar, it's going to help your hormones, you feel better, and the side effect is weight loss and energy. So that's where my next one comes in. So this Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurt is 80 calories. I don't always worry as much about calories as I do the balance, because I know when you're eating balanced, unless you're eating a Twinkie and 4 low-fat mozzarella cheese sticks every 3 hours, I don't worry about the calories because normally you're gonna end up, if you're eating balance and focusing on what you're eating, at this point, you're going to be in a decent caloric range. But what I love about the Dannon Light and Fit Greek yogurts is that, okay, I know this by heart. You're gonna get about 12 grams of protein and only 8 carbohydrates, okay? So basically, Jade, if you want some cookies, go download Never Binge Again. It'll help your brain. So anyway, with that being said, is if you're doing this, let's say for an afternoon snack, again, that's why I'm saying I don't worry as much about calories because, again, this is only 80 calories. If you ate 5 of these a day and a healthy, chicken and broccoli dinner, you wouldn't even be at like 800 calories, which is not what we want either. So anyway, stock these in here. Get your kids to try these because honestly, my kids, all they eat is these now because I found a flavor that each one of them like. So I'm going to show you the next Dannon Light and Fit. So this, some grocery stores have it, some don't. It's a smoothie, same exact numbers, okay? I love this. Again, does it have sugar in it? Yes, but so does everything else our darn kids eat and us eat as well, right? So I love having these. and then I'm gonna show you something that is a really easy make. So I went through all the Greek yogurts at the grocery store today just to take a look at what I already know. I just don't look at other brands because I know what I like. So for those of you guys that go to Walmart, their Great Value brand of their light Greek yogurt, same nutritional content as the $1.50 more of the Dannon Light and Fit, same size. So this one from Walmart, the light Greek yogurt, is $1.50 less and the same exact macronutrients of the Dannon Light and Fit. But what I love is that if you try to use plain Greek yogurt, your kids will never eat what I'm about to show you. And yes, plain Greek yogurt has tons of protein and low carbs, but when it tastes like sour milk, good luck getting your kids to eat that, right? So that's why I will use the light Greek yogurt in vanilla flavor, and get yourself a ice cube tray. And then, as you can tell, I went to Walmart today. Grab yourself a frozen thing of red raspberries, and because they're small, you're going to put 2 in each cube, okay? And then you're just going to take a spoon and do a small spoonful and fill up the ice cube tray. And then I personally like to saran wrap it because I don't like stuff in the freezer without covering. I don't know. That's just me. Am I the only one that doesn't like to put stuff in the freezer? But yes, as adults, we're going to go take a bowl and scoop this out and put the raspberries in and eat that. But for kids, they like a little bit of extra fun. So now this becomes a frozen yogurt bite. And if you put a couple of those in a bowl, they're going to pop those in their mouth without even thinking twice. And guess what you just did? You just put 12 grams of protein in their little body right after school with about 6 or 8 of these ice cube yogurt bites. So throw a 7 in the comment if you like this idea of these little cube tray things. I thought, oh my gosh, that is so fun. So again, yes, you could do regular raspberries that weren't frozen, but this is gonna go a lot longer. And of course, if I was making a bunch of these, I'd need about 4 of these to use up all these red raspberries. I think this was only $6, and a little thing of raspberries right now at my grocery store was like $4. So the frozen goes a long way. So then the other thing, am I the only one that when I'm trying to eat healthy, I don't go to Mexican restaurants because I can't stay away from chips? Am I the only one, or you guys like chips are of the devil? Throw the chips are of the devil if you're the same way as me. So I'm gonna teach you guys a really easy trick. So when you go to a Mexican restaurant, if they are, well, in Utah, not all of them serve alcohol. That's a whole nother conversation. But in most states, a Mexican restaurant is going to have Bloody Marys. So what do they have? They have celery, right? So guess what? If when they put the chips and salsa out, what you ask them is, can you bring me some celery sticks? Or if they don't have Bloody Marys to have celery sticks, almost every Mexican restaurant does salads. So what do they have? They have cucumber slices. So ask them for cucumber slices. And then guess what you can do while you're sitting there at the table? Eat as much salsa as you want without feeling guilty because you're dipping the cucumber in the salsa or you're dipping the celery sticks in there. I've never heard this before. If you've never heard that idea of being able to enjoy the salsa without the chips at the Mexican restaurant, it's a game changer for me, right? I love this idea. So that's one of my go-tos. And then I'm going to teach you guys a couple of, and by the way, keep an eye at your grocery stores. I'm holding this up without it dumping. This is another vegetable tray that I like. It's from Kroger. And again, of course, it has that ranch in there that there's no lid on it. It drives me nuts. So once we open it up, it goes in the garbage. And what do you think I do? My kids go and grab this and dip into this because that darn ranch from Hidden Valley Ranch, even though it's good, it's not really any different if you take a Hidden Valley Ranch powder packet and add it into here. But this guy, your kids are getting 2 or 3 grams of protein, and this one they're getting, what'd I say? 13, right? And then the reason why I like this funky one is because it will give you, little meat nuggets and cheese in there so that your kids can get more protein. I know, Stephanie, right? Some grocery stores, these veggie trays have lids, and the other one at my grocery store, no lid. Driving me crazy. Tomatoes everywhere. All right, so are you guys sitting down for this last little nugget here? All right, so my kids, I have a 17-year-old daughter who is a competitive cheerleader. I have a 13-year-old boy that plays baseball 3 to 4 nights a week with his team. And then I have a 10-year-old daughter that plays volleyball with her competitive team. So guess what my focus as a mom has to be? Getting protein in their bodies. Because did you know if you're not getting enough protein and you exercise, do you know what happens? Your body fuels on your muscle as fuel instead of your fat as fuel. That's why you hear a lot of bodybuilders, they're going and drinking a protein shake prior to going into the gym because they want their body to be building muscle, not burning muscle for fuel. So I'm going to show you guys quickly the handful of different protein shakes that I use for my kids. Now, I actually didn't bring one of them up, but Premier protein drinks from Sam's Club, Costco, all of that. I don't love the ingredients, but crying out loud, they're teenagers. They're eating Little Caesar's pizza, right? So I figure even if I'm not getting clean protein in their body, at least it's protein. So my downstairs refrigerator has a handful of these things that I'm going to show you. So of course it has Premier protein drinks. My kids have defaulted to chocolate. Throw a comment down below if you have Premier protein drinks in your fridge for your kids and what flavor they like. My kids did used to kind of like the vanilla and kind of like the peach, but they've all just kind of settled on chocolate. Shocker, because how many of us don't love chocolate every day, all day long? So we have Premier protein drinks. And then my son, that's 13, I had a doctor suggest these. How many of you guys knew that Ensure, you know, the old people brand that they give in the hospital, has a high protein drink? Anyone know that? Who would know, right? But this is a high protein. And what I love about it is it has 16 grams of protein and 19 carbohydrates, but it doesn't have a lot of sugar. It only has 4 grams of sugar. So even though this has a little more carbs than protein, again, they're kids, right? So anyway, this is the first one I do. Then, how many of you guys know Fairlife? Fairlife, yes, they had some issues with the way they were treating their cows, but they have resolved those issues, so now I'm willing to support them again. So you probably have seen in the grocery store these Fairlife milks. I have gotten to the point that I don't even like to have regular milk in my house because somebody's asking if it's cheaper. What's the question on... I like the low sugar. Is it cheaper? Is what's cheaper? Ask that question again. So anyway... Here's the amazing thing about this wacky doodle milk. It tastes like real milk, but it has 13 grams of protein and only 6 carbs, okay? The chocolate, of course, it's gonna have more carbs. This one has 13 protein, 13 carbs, equal carbs and protein, okay? That's phenomenal for your kids, but I'll show you my little trick, okay? So because again, I'd rather them not have as much chocolate as vanilla just because it's equal versus more protein. So I will take this glass and I will fill it up about halfway with the chocolate. Then I fill the other half up with vanilla. Now, how many of you guys have ever been to Grounds for Coffee where they make an iced hot chocolate? Welcome to their iced hot chocolate with massive amounts of protein. So, is the Ensure cheaper than the other protein drinks? I just bought the 12 pack at Walmart for $14.50. So it's about the same, where this Fairlife has 6 small guys. They're about the same size, and it was $6.99. So this is actually a little cheaper. But again, my son doesn't love these as much as these. So anyway, So just so the pricing, you'll just kind of play your grocery stores. So half chocolate, half vanilla. Then add a little bit of ground cinnamon in there, stir it up, and top it off with whipped cream. And now your kids are probably gonna get 25 grams of protein with about 18 to 20 carbs and yummy delight. Guys, trust me, you're gonna be doing the same darn thing too. So my kids drink a whole bunch of these, the smaller Fairlifes, just because they're easy grab and goes when they don't want to sit down and be carrying a cup around. But I'll show you the other Fairlifes that not all the grocery stores carry. Again, my life is running from baseball to volleyball, all this. Would I love to be making these beautiful little Pinterest snacks that have protein? Of course, but let's be real. It's the reality. And yeah, somebody's talking about how pea protein is plant-based protein. It's awesome. She's spot on, but I don't make enough money to give my kids pea protein organic shakes. I would love to, but that's not my reality. So the reality is I might do the pea protein for me, but the amount of protein my kids blow through is crazy. So they'll have some randomly, and yes, I do have some pea protein stuff in my fridge, but again, it takes time to make them, and it's really rare to find a pre-made pea protein drink. So I'll show you this fun one. This is the Oats and Honey Fairlife. That's one of my daughter's favorite. Then this is the other one that's the Oats and Honey, okay? Not all grocery stores carry this. At my grocery store, this is back by the milk, where at the other grocery store, the one that comes in this container, this is over by the apple juices. I don't know. So either way, there's that. So I have all these different Fairlifes in my fridge, along with the vanilla. I have little vanillas, I just forgot to grab it. And then I also have these Dan and Light and Fit smoothies. And so basically, literally, I go to the grocery store, put all this junk in my cart, throw it down in my fridge in my basement, and then I just remind my kids to tell me when they're almost out of all of their stuff. So I hope this showed you guys that you don't have to be the Pinterest mom doing these beautiful, beautiful treats for your kids to actually get healthy protein in there. So basically, one of the last thing I see people asking where to get Fairlife, you can also buy it on Amazon if they don't have, if you can't find it at your local grocery store. Like I said, these and the bigger of these are back in my milk section in both grocery stores, but the cases of these are over by the apple juices at one grocery store, and then Walmart. My Walmart doesn't even have cases of this. So that's where the easy treats are. Thank you guys for watching. And if you haven't tried the lashes, just as one more comment, reach out to the person that invited you, because we're all very similar. We all want to look healthy and happy and great with our eyes. But I don't know about you guys, but I would much rather spend money on getting my kids healthy than those darn eyelash extensions that are so expensive. So that's where I would just say, you know what, guys, I hope that this helps you get with your friends, get some lashes, and get healthy. And you can, by the way, friend request me. You can friend request me because I do a lot of recipes on my personal page, or I have a business page that's just called Optimal Health with Gwen. And there's tons of recipes that only have 5 to 7 ingredients, because you know that's how I roll. Anyway, have a great, you should definitely wear lashes while eating protein. Guys, it's how it works. Hope you have a great time. Hope you all win some awesome lash cash or prizes. And dang, I don't have an Apple Watch. I should be a participant. Anyway, hope you have a great night. Bye, guys.